everyone. Today we have a little bit of a different project. It's something I needed to do for a long time, and I'm at that point where I need to because I need to use my weed burner. That's not the type of weed you're thinking about, but I have a whole lot of cracks in the pavers that are growing like little grass and weeds, so I need to burn them, sprayed them. Now it needs to be burnt. Don't have any more containers though. And the containers I'm talking about are those 1 pound propane containers. So what we are going to do is we are going to fill them ourselves. That way we don't have to keep on buying them. Because I don't know about you, but they are, if I'm lucky, I can get 4 for like $14 or 12 or 13, and they're only 1 pound. The good thing about this is this adapter, which we'll be using, is, I don't know, $6-8, maybe 10, and inside of one of these tanks is 15 pounds. Now I paid $16 or so. Yeah, let's say $16 for this whole tank. Just filled it at my local station and it was fine. Now when you fill up a 1 pound tank, there's enough room for 1 3/4, something around that line. So you're actually filling your 1 pound a little heavier than the came originally. So when you pay, let's say, what was it for let's just say $3.50 each. You're only getting 1 pound, but in comparison, you're able to do about 7 or 8 for $15. That's a lot better, and those containers are double full. So you're saving quite a bit of money. This over the course of a year or two, yeah, grand scheme of things, you're only probably going to be saving $20-40, but it's easier, and you don't end up having to go to the store. You don't have to find a place to recycle the old containers, and you're already there filling up a propane tank for your barbecue anyway, or whatever else, so you might as well use this. So first things first, this adapter, put it on like so. Make sure it's very secure. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm not left-handed. There we go. The other thing you're going to need are some gloves. That you'll see here in a couple minutes, but I'm going to get some propane tanks, or the 1 pound tanks out. When you get one of these, they recommend you put those tanks in the freezer, so they've been in the freezer for 12 to 16 hours. They're thoroughly frozen. You probably don't have to, you just want to make sure the temperature is lower. I'm assuming the reason why is just for less volatility. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but that's just my assumption, because this fluid is already cold to begin with. Going to a cold container, maybe the expansion, who knows. I'm sure someone out there can comment the exact reason why, but the instructions say freezer, so that's what I did. So I'm going to take one out and then bring you back. Put the tank down, upside down, because inside of the tank is liquid propane. So when you flip it upside down, all the liquid is going to be going to the nozzle. If you did it standing upright, then you would be just getting the fumes. You don't want that, you want the liquid. So first things first, do that. Next, securely put it on there. Now everything is off, by the way. This is safe as long as you do it smart. You don't want to I mean, it's really hard to mess this up, but you can. So as long as you follow the order, it should be okay. There isn't a whole lot of pressure in here, so you should be relatively safe in that point too. But like I said, follow this in order, you should be okay. Now everything's on, the fuel's off. go ahead and turn it on. You're going to hear a hiss. Now you don't need to open it all the way. This shouldn't take too long, but the hole that this liquid's going in is pretty small. While we're at it, we're going to use some safety goggles for this next part. Now, at any point, if you smell propane right now, stop. You should not be smelling propane, it should be sealed. That's dangerous. Okay, now that that's done, like I said, it's pretty simple and pretty fast. You close it securely. Now this is the part that you can really hurt yourself on. If I were to if you're only going to do one of these, and you were to disconnect this from the tank, the big propane tank, you would have an open propane tank on the other end spewing propane everywhere. Don't do that. So this next part, undo this propane tank. You'll probably hear like a pop. This is why we're using goggles and gloves. That's normal. It's just the difference in the line itself. Now, this is 2 pounds of liquid propane done. And that's it. If, like I said, if you were to take it off the wrong way, you'd have liquid propane spraying everywhere. That's bad. Don't do that. Now this is full, you're able to use it, store it the way you normally would. If you still have a cap, that's perfect, just to keep the top clean, but if you don't, just make sure to, store it appropriately. It's really hard to have anything bad happen, but as long as you're prepared and you do it in the right order, you should be fine. Like I said, gloves are a necessity, eye protection is a necessity, because if you were to take that off too fast, you could potentially have propane spray out a little bit, and you don't want to get that on you, and you especially don't want it on your eyes or any open skin. You probably should be doing this in a jacket. It's pretty warm outside right now. It's the first 75-degree day in spring, and I just happen to have a day off, so I'm going to do a lot of these little chores, but I wanted to show how I would do this and how I save a little extra and a little convenience, because as much as I love spending $14 to $15 to $16 for 4 of these, it's a whole lot easier just to keep them on my shelf and get my tank, which I bought this off of like Marketplace somewhere for like $10, filled it up. There you are. So I have an extra one just for this purpose. And over the course of time, I mean, this is 15 pounds, there's 2 pounds in there. That's 7.5, 8. You probably won't get a full 2 pounds in there. So you have 8 of these containers for $15. Tell me that's not a great deal. Okay. Well, I hope this helped anyone. If you have any comments, suggestions, or concerns, leave them a comment below. Definitely subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. And have a good night. One final thing before I let you go, just for safety purposes. If you're doing multiple ones of these, you might want to have a break every now and then, because like I said, there is a little propane coming out, and you want to do this in a well ventilated area. I don't have a fan on right now because I'm recording it, but as soon as I turn you off, I'm turning the fan on, the garage door is open, pushing everything out. If you can, do it outside, which I probably might even do now since I'm not recording it, then the light's a lot better. But you just want to make sure you're not around an open flame, anything that can cause any potential danger or explosion, and inhaling it. They inhale too much, it's not good for you. So I'm going to throw out that extra safety bit out there. Okay, have a good night. Catch you later.